Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday morning, 6 o'clock, and I'm ready except for putting some makeup on. But if I'm going to go stand out and it's going to be 90 degrees, I'm not sure how much makeup I'm putting on. I can tell you that I'll be wearing my Gelish BB cream, because that has an SPF 50 that, is it 50 or is it 30? I don't know. Whatever the SPF is in it, it works really well. And sadness of all sadness, I'm fairly certain they have discontinued that. For those of you that have been around a little bit, you've heard me talk about the Gelish BB cream for 2 years. I have loved that for 2 years. I found it in May, 2 years ago, when I was shopping in Chicago with my friends Michelle and Vanessa. And I have repurchased it, I think, 3 times. And I can't even tell you how sad I am that it's gone. So anyway, sorry, I just had issues with the curing. I am leaving. I want to leave in about an hour. It only takes like an hour to get there, and I'm meeting him at 9, but I need to stop at the, we call them time machines in Wisconsin. TYME, that's what that's for. But the rest of the world just calls them an ATM. When I was in Pennsylvania, we called them a Mac machine. Anybody remember Mac machines? It was Money Access Center, I think is what it was called. And I remember that in Pennsylvania, but out here they're called time machines. I don't even know what it stands for, quite frankly. Not important. So I was trying to figure out, I was having real issues trying to figure out what to wear this morning. I had purchased a kimono from ASOS. Actually bought 2 things from ASOS, a chambray shirt and a kimono. I think I have some other clothes coming in from Nordstrom, so I might do a clothes haul. But anyway, not important game. I was going to wear that, but when it came in, it's white with blue and pink kind of florally pattern on it. Well, here, how about instead of explaining it, I'll just show you. Anyway, and while I like it, the pink is a little more 80s pink than I thought it was going to be, if you know what I mean. And I'll show you. See? I'm not sure if you can even tell in here, but it's really pretty. And I've never had a kimono before, so anyway, I thought, well, how great would that be? I would still be covered up. I could wear like a tank or a cami underneath it, and it would be nice and cool. Well, it only looks good with like a navy blue, because that pink isn't the pink that I thought it was going to be. It only really looks good with a navy blue, and that's going to be hot. And also, I tried on with these capris that I'm wearing right now, which I'll show you later. And it didn't look good. It will look good with kind of a medium wash jean, but anyway, the moral of the story is I just ended up wearing these capris, which I'll show you later, and then this shirt, which I do really like. It's just probably not as cool as what that would have been. Okay. Long rambliness there. So I'm going to go throw on a little bit of makeup. Like I said, I'm really going to go with some light makeup today. Nothing crazy. And then, oh yeah, I was talking. Why I'm leaving at 7. I don't know how I circled around all the way to that, but so I want to leave at 7 because I need to go get some money. I want to stop this coffee shop in on my way in the little town on my way that I'm going to stopping in a nice latte at. And probably I'm going to get Starbucks too once I get to Oshkosh. I did not sleep very well last night. I don't know why. I just realized, again, not that it matters, but I just realized that I'm using the wrong camera. Because the actual camera is in my purse. The only reason I don't like to do this is because then I have to get 2 SD cards out and put it in. Anyway. Alright, so instead of talking about what I'm going to do, I'm going to go do it and then I'll come back and check in with you later. Okay, so it's 10 after 7. Like I said, I wanted to leave at 7, but I stopped and took some time to take some pictures for Instagram and stuff. You know, social media needs. And I thought I would just show you what I ended up, or the outfit put together, because I showed you what I was wearing before. So, these are those cargo capris. I got these from Lane. I don't even know when, but they always have some kind of similar style. I like these because they're linen-y, and they're linen. And because of that, they are like cooler, and so I always wear them when I'm going to be hot, because I don't do shorts. I'm not a fan of shorts. And then this is the t-shirt that I got from Lane not that long ago. I love this. It's so comfortable. Yeah, and then I'm wearing my Keds, because while I realize, oh, before I forget, these are, I just got these. I ordered them in from Stella and Dot. These are the Rebel drops, I think they're called. And then this is a necklace that Bob gave me for our 5-year anniversary. What was I saying? Oh, my kids. I know they're not the most fashionable things in the world, but they're comfortable, and I will be on my feet all day long. So, and then I thought I'd show you. I switched out my purse. I'm not. The purse I use normally is the Balenciaga. I think it's called the City Bag, and but I switched it out. My bag out for this, which is from Fossil. I'm not sure if you can see this. I've had this a long time. This key is obnoxious. But I like it because I can put a lot of stuff in there. You can see I just have like my wallet and my sunglasses case and stuff in there. But so if I were to get anything, I don't think I'm going to actually buy anything at the farmer's market because it wouldn't last and it's going to be so hot and everything. So I don't think I don't know. Who knows? But if I buy something, I have a bag to put it in, right? Okay, I'm going to get out of here so I can grab a nice coffee on the way. And we'll see you guys in a little bit. I'm still in my driveway, by the way. I thought I would tell you guys that I've already decided against the iced coffee because, let's be real. Oh, here comes the mail guy. Because let's be real. I need to drink water today if it's going to be 90 degrees all day long. We wave at everybody here. So, I have my Sobe water. And then this is what I'm having for breakfast. It's a Greek yogurt protein bar. These were a special buy from Aldi. And they're good. And they have 10 grams of protein. And I can't remember the sugars, but it's low sugar. So you have to be really careful of those kind of bar things. You have to check the sugars and the carbs. Otherwise, you are doing yourself no favors. Anyway, all right. 7:15. And I am fine. I say finally on the way because it's not like me to be 15 minutes late. But mind you, I don't actually have to leave my house until 8. Especially if I'm not getting coffee. But I still have to stop and get money. And I just want to be early because I don't want to be late. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, so I just wanted to talk to you guys about something. I have tried to get a new thing to hold my camera, by the way. But it doesn't work right in this vehicle for some reason. So I don't know what I need to ask Jamie, the one that she got. Anyway. I was thinking earlier this week, and I meant to vlog about it. A lot of people have asked me, they'll say, are you glad that you did, do you have any regrets about the gastric bypass? And I certainly don't. I mean, while I haven't been as successful as everybody, as other people, I think gastric bypass success, depends on the individual. It's very individual. So for me, I am a ton more active than I used to be, and case in point, that is the point of this, is that there's no way before I had it that if Eric had said, hey, do you want to go to the farmer's market in Madison and walk all over all day long in 90-degree heat? There's no way I would have said yes to that. Not for a single moment would I have pondered that. I would have come up with some reason why I couldn't go. Or I would have said, you know what, it's just too hot for me, whatever. I just never ever in a million years would have done that. So when people ask, what's different or that sort of thing, what I always, one of the things I always say is that I'm so much more active and I'm so much more willing to be active than I used to be. There isn't anything that I can think of right now that I would say no to as far as some sort of physical activity, aside from running. I do not appreciate that. It's just hard. I mean, yes, I'm still overweight, so it's hard on my knees to begin with, but I played softball for 7 years back in the day, and I was a catcher for most of those years, and my knees, they will just never recover. So anyway, I that's one of the things I wanted to... I want to be able to share with you guys when I can, little bits and pieces and that sort of thing. I don't know that it's ever anything that I will do a dedicated video on again, but for those of you that happen to watch the vlogs and are interested in those kind of things, this is when those kind of things are going to come out, when they pop into my head, and I feel the need to share. So yeah, it's just kind of one of those things where you're like, yeah, absolutely. This is something that I wouldn't have done that I'm excited to be able to do now. So, yeah. So the park and ride that I'm sitting at waiting for Eric is right by EAA, which is going on right now, which is a huge air flying, like it's a huge national event. Hopefully you guys can see that. I can't really tell if you can or not. But anyway, so I'm just sitting here watching planes fly in and out and eating a spinach feta wrap from Starbucks. And Eric texted he was going to be a couple minutes late, which is just fine. So I'm having an iced latte with skim milk and sugar-free. Nope, that's a lie. That is a lie. It is skim milk, but it's not sugar-free. It's toffee nut, which they don't have sugar-free. Every once in a while. So I did get down a bottle of water. So I decided that I could have a nice latte. Yeah, It's a rationalization. I'm telling you, a rationalization. Some more. I'm not sure if you guys are able to see that well or not. Oh yeah. It's just so cool. You see all different kind of planes. I don't know what any of them are, of course, but it's pretty cool. Oh, see, there's some more. It's just non-stop planes. I've never gone to EAA. There's two more. There's one more. I was Snapchatting and I thought, oh, I should better catch some of this on my vlog. That's really cool.
So glad I got those like little.
Alright, so we have left lunch and we just went, oh by the way, say hi.
Hi. Happy Saturday.
And happy Saturday. And he brought me to Camp Randall. I went to the Bucky Badger store and I bought presents for Bobby. And, well, there might have been a present for me too. So yeah. Alright, so we are coming back into Oshkosh and I wanted to show you guys, the blimp is here for that. The EAA I was telling you guys about earlier. There's the blimp. It's I've never been this close to the blimp. Very cool. Okay, that is not zoomed in. That is how close we are to the big deer pump. I wonder if it's going to land somewhere like in the parking lot. This is the EAA. There's a museum there that I've been to a bajillion times, but I've never actually been to the event. See all the cars? It's crazy, I tell you.
Well, good afternoon, folks. I hope you can see this. It's kind of bright and sunny out here, up here in northeastern Wisconsin this afternoon. It's time for the weekly garden update. before I head out to the garden, I just wanted to show you. I just dug up 3 of my potato plants, and because Kristin's got a pot roast on the menu for, I think, Monday of next week, and she wanted some potatoes, and I said, well, don't buy any because we do have potatoes that are ready to dig up. So I dug up 3 of my plants, and this is what we ended up getting. Not too bad of a haul for 3 plants. I dug up 1 of them earlier in the week, 3 today, so I still have 8 plants left to dig when they're ready. And I would think by the end of next week, within the next week or 2, they'll be all done because they were planted early in May. So I'm just going to keep these outside overnight and tomorrow. That's what you want to do when you dig your potatoes, especially if you're going to dig a lot of them. If you're going to dig all of them at once or whatever, the thing to do is to leave them sit outside overnight for a day or so, not when it's raining, hopefully. You want them, I'm going to leave these in the shade. There's usually a nice shade here. It's warm enough. It's almost 90 degrees here now in Wisconsin. But leave them sit outside for a day and then take them in. Don't wash them. You don't want to wash them until you need to use them. The best thing to do is once you got them in the house, once you take them in, is if you got a wooden crate, line it with newspaper, put them in your basement. If you have a basement, put them in your basement. You want to keep them in a cool, dry place as much as possible. I know most people's basements are humid and stuff, but if you got a cool, dry place to keep them, that's the best thing to do. And you're going to have to check them once in a while. They'll start growing eyes. You'll have to remove the eyes if you have a lot of them, you know. And then, like I said, don't wash them until you use them. You don't want to wash them because any moisture is going to cause them to rot. That's the whole purpose of leaving them sit outside for a day or so they have a chance to dry out because they've been in the ground. So, all right, that's all I have for that. And then we'll head out to the garden. All right, so we're out here at the garden now. I'm trying my best to keep the sun is pretty much straight up above, so I don't know how good this video is going to be. So the first thing I want to report is that the owls, and I'll show you the owls, appear to be working. I have to move them again tomorrow. Once a week they say to move them. That way the crows don't think they're, you know, they think they're real. But so far I have not seen any crows in the garden since I put the owls up. However, one thing I will report is last night deer walked through the garden, and that's my own fault. I have not put the deer away spray down for about a week now. I'll be spraying that tonight for sure. But they walked through the garden. Didn't appear to do, you know, eat anything. They just kind of looks like they just walked right through. So I got to be taking care of that. So with that, I mean, you can see the owls. Owls are here. Got the bobblehead owls. They appear to be doing what they're supposed to do. One thing I'll report is, first of all, on the corn, I've pretty much just given up on it. I'm not doing anything with it. You know, I think it's a combination of maybe there wasn't enough moisture for a while, and you can obviously see I haven't done any weeding or anything because it doesn't pay. Actually, to be honest with you, we should be eating the sweet corn by now. When I planted it, it was early May, so we should actually be eating it. And you can see all the corn that was over in that back corner there completely just dried up and shriveled right back into the ground. So I'm not quite sure what went on. I truly believe the biggest reason is just that the soil's lacking nutrients, you know, fertilizer and things like that to keep the corn growing. So one of my big things over the winter will be figuring out, actually before winter, when I till up the garden this fall, I'm gonna get some garden fertilizer and put on. I thought about using cow manure, but I think you're just asking. I'd be just asking for trouble. I know it's good fertilizer, but it also brings a lot of weeds with it too. So I'm going to find some fertilizer, and then when I till up the garden this fall, before I till it up, I'm going to put the fertilizer down and till it into the soil right away. And then hopefully, one thing for corn needs nitrogen. One of the best providers of nitrogen is snow. Well, last winter we did not get any snow. Not a lot of snow, anyway, here in Wisconsin. So hopefully this winter we'll get a fair amount of snow, and that'll help too. And then I'll maybe give her another dose of fertilizer next spring when I till it up again for next year's garden. So other than that, I mean, this tomato plant not doing the greatest. All the rest look pretty good. They're starting to produce tomatoes now. We've already picked a few, especially off of this plant here, this little cherry. You can see there's some orange ones on here. Down in there, there's some that are getting there, and I've already picked a few off of this plant already. pretty much all the rest of the plants have tomatoes on. That's one thing too. The plants will add nutrients to the soil too as they grow throughout the summer here. One of my tomato baskets broke, so I'm just letting that tomato plant do whatever it's going to do. Not much I can do about it. Cucumbers are doing okay. The plants, I missed the weed. Oh no, I guess it was just laying there. The plants didn't really get as big as I was figuring they would, but the cucumbers are looking good. I've got about a half a dozen cucumbers off of this plant already, and there's 2 more that are getting pretty close to being picked, so they're doing okay. That one, this plant here is producing, so just starting. You can see there's a few there, a couple more there to pick. One thing now, this past week, it's really gotten warm here. I mean, it's been in the mid to upper 80s here practically all week. So something that's really taken off and started growing here now is the pumpkin, the 2 watermelons, and then even the cantaloupe. The plants are starting to grow. Now, there's no blossoms on the watermelon yet, but you can see here on the pumpkin, we got our first pumpkin forming, and there's blossoms in there. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. You don't want all the blossoms. You want to pinch some of them off because you don't want all the blossoms to form into pumpkin, because you're just not gonna get very decent pumpkins. Same with your watermelon and all that too. So the lettuce is here. I just harvested that. It's coming back nicely, but it's just about to the point where it's almost done. I think we got 4 or 5 crops of lettuce and spinach this year. Pretty good. So now one thing, this is the big teller of as far as not having enough nutrients in the soil. Right here. Now you look at these sugar snap peas. These plants look fantastic, and there are pods on them now. Okay, so we're going to have peas here shortly. There's a lot of pods all of a sudden. There is actually one here that's just about ready to pick, and I think I'm going to pick it right now. Oop, it broke. Let's see. Well, there's some good sized peas in there. So that's looking good. My concern is, and it's not really a concern, but I planted these peas. Today is Saturday, July 25th. Yes. I planted these peas Memorial Day weekend, Saturday, which was 9 weeks ago today. So technically, for the most part, these peas should be done by now. I mean, we should have the peas all harvested in 9 weeks. I mean, pretty much they should be done. And they're, which tells me that, yeah, there was enough to grow the plants, but then once they needed to blossom out and start forming pods, the nutrients aren't there. One of the things I've done is I bought one of the Miracle Grow sprayers, and I've been coming out every 10 days and giving everything a shot of Miracle Grow, so I think that's helped. But other than that, yeah, I mean, the peas are starting to come. Oh, here's a nice big weed in here that don't belong. Oh, I just busted out. I'm going to have to pull that out once I turn the camera off. But they're starting to come. Like I said, the peas are starting to come now. Peppers are doing fantastic. I mean, just look at the peppers on these plants. I mean, they're just huge. Doing really well. So that one's starting to turn red. This is a red pepper plant here. And the other 2 are green ones. But they all are just loaded with peppers. So they're doing okay. And you can see I dug out 4 of my potato plants already, and I'm just leaving the plants lay right in the soil because, like I said, that they'll compost and they will add to the soil when I till them under. So let them dry out, and like look, this one here I harvested a week. Look at, there's hardly anything left of it. That's just going to dry out and it'll just go right into the soil. So the same with everything else. And so other than the corn, I'm pretty satisfied. And Kristin, I have to remind myself once again, this was not a garden up until this year. It was nothing but weeds. There's not been any fertilizer or anything like that added to it. So for who knows how long. I mean, we've lived here for 13 years now, and I've never added any fertilizer to this part of the lawn at all. I just cut it when it needs to be cut. I try to keep the stuff up by the house, which we need rain. I mean, they're talking, I'm not a big fan of watering my lawn. I just don't have to, I just don't cut it. But now they're talking, 90s all next week, and there's no rain. And I watered the garden last night. I'm glad I did, because, you know, we were supposed to get rain last night, but when I watched the weather at noon yesterday, it didn't sound too convincing to me, the weatherman. So I decided to water last night, and like I said, I'm glad I did it because we didn't get a drop of rain here at all last night. So, and I'll be watering. I'll be watering every other day, and I'll give it as much water hopefully and keep it going. But yeah, so again, the plants will add. The corn there, like I said, I've given up on that. When it cools down, I'll bring the tiller out. I'm just going to till the whole works up because I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to be able to tolerate all the weeds and that stuff growing there. That's just going to drive me crazy. So I could have tilled up all around here in between the pumpkins and cucumbers and that, but again, you're just tilling moisture. I don't want to till any moisture out of the soil as much as, you know, as I can. So anything that comes out will go back into the soil and add nutrients, and hopefully I can find a fertilizer to put on here, and we'll get a fair amount of snow, and we'll go from there. And like I said, again, we've done nothing to this, and I have to remind myself I'm a little frustrated with some of the way some of the stuff has come, especially the corn. I was hoping it'd be, and we should be eating the corn by now, and it's not. I mean, it's just nothing. And you know, like I said, myself and then Kristin too reminds me, the garden, this was nothing but weeds. We just tilled it, so we just very much got to accept whatever we get is what we're going to get. And I mean, it's looking like we're going to get more than enough for myself and Kristin for this year. So, and we'll just keep you posted and see what we get. All right, that's the weekly garden update.
All right, so I am home from a really fun day, and I was going to show you. I have a bunch of Badger apparel that I'll show you in a minute, but I want to show you what I ended up getting at the farmer's market. So I showed you guys this. No, maybe I did. Maybe I Snapchatted that. It's hard to remember when I'm Snapchatting. Anyway, I got this for Bob, which is like a staple apparently. Look at that. I will not like that to do this portion of it, but I'm not saying what it is because I want to show him when he comes in here. He just woke up from a nap. And I got all of this basil because I'm going to make pesto and freeze it. So I'm excited about that. I did get some garlic as well. This basil smells so good, I don't even know what to do with myself. And I think that was for the farmer's market. So let me show you what I got at Trader Joe's. Okay, I also got this at the farmer's market. There's a place selling fresh pasta. So I got a fresh garlic linguine and then 2 fresh spinach linguines. Thought those would be good. I have to look to see if I can freeze these or not. Oh yeah, enjoy your freeze by 9/7. So that's that. I got those for Bobby. He's going to be excited about that. I also got these for both of us. He loves these. They're a really good price. And then I got to get these in the freezer because they've been out of the freezer. But I found this cooked organic. There's 2 packages in here. Quinoa. And let's see. I found some turkey burgers, and I was happy with these being, the sodium not being so bad. It's only 12% sodium. 10 grams of fat, but only 2.5 of that is saturated. And then this is what I really like. 22 grams of protein. And I found these. I've never seen these before. Chili lime chicken burgers. And these were 19 grams of protein. We need a Trader Joe's because this stuff is awesome. 150 calories. Again, low sodium. So I bought 2 of those. And then I bought some heirloom tomatoes. And I bought some more of this. I blame Aaron for sending this to me originally. So good. So that is what I got at Trader Joe's. And I bought this fun bag that we can use for Aldi frozen stuff. Whoops, sorry, I was showing you the ceiling. That we can use for Aldi frozen stuff. So, yeah. I'm excited about that. So I'm going to go show Bobby this stuff. Look, it's Bobby. He just woke up from a nap. Look, I got him that shirt. You like it? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then, here, trade me. Because, you know, he doesn't have enough Wisconsin sweatshirts. Look at that one.
That way people won't think I'm wearing the same one all the time.
Right. Right. And we got him a hat. Here. Let me take this business out of here so you can try it on.
No.
There. Try that bad boy on. You don't have any like that, I don't think.
No.
With kind of it's kind of the trucker hat style. I like the logo. Look at me. Let me see how you look. Oh, it's a good look for you, honey. You have to adjust it, I'm sure. So, and then I got me this one because it kind of had this, you know, I don't like that all up in my business. The neck, it had a little rippedness on it.
Yeah.
So I got that one for me. And I got this. Here, let me set this. And I got this one for me. I mean, who doesn't do a Badger haul, right?
Yeah.
Yup. So he's pretty excited about his cheesy bread, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut him a piece of that right now. And yeah, there actually were a couple other things that I missed that I got. So there was the bee guy. I don't know if I got footage of him or not, but I'll try to. I took a picture. I'll insert the picture. I guess he's like a staple. He's been there for years. And so I bought some of this spun honey. It's kind of a liquidy sort of honey. And he said it would be really good on toast. And so I thought I would really like that. And I like that too. I don't really eat toast very often. And then I bought this at one of the little stores. Isn't this bottle cute? It's a vanilla liqueur. And I thought that would be good. Sometimes like at the holidays when we have people over and maybe have like coffee later at night, it would be good to kind of put in the coffee. And I bought my first pair of Toms ever. Normally, I don't appreciate the Toms because I don't like the big, like, blue. I understand it, but I don't like the big blue label on the back of them. So I saw these, and I have seen these, I think, on Nordstrom. I'm probably going to show these in a haul because I have some clothes and stuff that I got recently that I might haul. Anyway, look how cute these are. I think they're cute anyway. This is what they look like. So they're wedges. So they'd be cute, I think, with I don't usually wear skinny jeans, but I think they'd be cute even with leggings. And you see how the Tom's logo is just barely there? I love that. Love it, love it, love it. So I think that ends everything that I bought. Some liquor, some honey, some shoes, you know. Anyway, I think I'll put this up in the liquor cabinet. So yeah, I had a really good day. It was so much fun. I missed Bob. I just was telling him that I was missing him. But yeah, it was so much fun. And Eric just texted me that he was already having a salad with some of the things that we bought at the farmer's market. Whoops. So that was one that he had a good time too. So that makes me happy. It was a lot of fun. It was the first time we'd ever kind of hung out like that. I think I told you guys, we've done like a meal here or there, but we hadn't really done anything like that. So you guys, isn't this basil gorgeous? I wish you could smell it. It smells so good. All right, so Bob's just watering the flowers. I'm going to upload this footage.
Take my wallet, so I got a way to pay for this pizza.
Well, yeah, that was my next thing. Bob was watering the flowers, and then he decided he wanted Luigi's pizza for dinner, huh?
Yeah.
So he's off to get that, and I am starving. We ate Italian at, I guess it was 1, and it's 6:25 now, so that would make sense why I'm starving. So we're going to have some pizza and just chill. So I'm going to edit this. I think I have enough footage that this will end up being just one vlog. So, yeah. Sorry there wasn't very much Bob today, but he was working. But I'm sure we'll get some of him. Actually, tomorrow I think he's going fishing with Ben. And I do think he said he got some footage today as well. So there may be some fishing footage. I need to go into work tomorrow, actually, for a few hours. Get some stuff done. So I'm not sure. I think whatever we have tomorrow will probably be lumped in with some other days down the road. But I'm done. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you soon.